Hey, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine 44, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. Any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who does that thus far. I appreciate you all. So this is an oracle card again, and it is for the 14th of October 2020. Take what resonates from it, take what helps with you and your situation from it, and leave what doesn't. They seem to be resonating with people quite a lot, so that's what I want to do, reach people, help them on their way, help them on their day. So this is for the 14th, it's thunder. Yeah, we're in that time. We're in that time of extreme change, and as much as we want to sometimes pretend we're not, those who are aware can see that we are, and that we are going through extreme turmoil, change, being in the eye of the storm that I spoke about a bit yesterday. And so this speaks of the thunder comes to bring in extreme change. The thunder doesn't ask if it can be invited in, energies and things that are arising, bring the thunder in. And often it can be to a thunderous end, to a thunderous beginning. And so sometimes it can be this card can be for two groups of people, in that it's bringing things to a thunderous end that you've maybe been clinging on to just because it's familiar, that you've maybe been clinging on to just because it's what you've done for a long time. But then your intuition has pretty much known that it shouldn't be clung onto. And so we look at that and we realize that actually that's a gift. Although at the time it might not feel like it, it's thunderous. It can feel violent, especially if we're clinging on to old values, clinging on to old systems, clinging on to old relationships that do not serve a purpose in our lives anymore. It can feel violent. It can feel frightening, unearthing, both. And so it speaks of this being a part of that process. But it also speaks of thunderous change in the most benevolent way. And I would pretty much say that that is benevolent, the first one that I've just described, in that, sometimes we do get stuck in ruts that do not serve us, and we've been so conditioned to continue on the same path just because we decided to go on that path, a few months ago, a few years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So it speaks of change and being in flow with the change. And so that is benevolent. But for what most humans would see as benevolent is the second part, is that there will be some of you that are feeling this thunderous, exciting change in your life, that you can feel the electricity in the air, and instead of it being ominous, instead of it being frightening, it's sort of half. It's sort of quite exciting how unnerving it is and how unearthing it is, that you're ready for these changes, that you've learned to be in flow with creativity, you've learned to be in flow in life, and you've learned to be able to go with those changes that the thunder can bring. We definitely feel the electricity in the air right now. We definitely feel that we are on the verge of something. And to be quite honest, it's almost as if there's been so many big changes happening, so many huge controls and manipulations being put in place, that I've been looking around for quite a while to think, maybe now we're going to start going to the streets in masses. Maybe now everybody's going to start ripping up the masks. Maybe today, is the day that the UK says, yes, we will sing and dance in a pub, and no, you will not fine our landlords, our pub lords, £1,000 for us singing and dancing. Yes, that's a new rule in the UK, believe it or not. But no. So in a way, it's almost as if you're asking for the thunder to come, because you've been feeling this electricity for so long. It's starting to feel like, my granddad would call it Chinese torture. It's like a dripping tap, you know, that always in the background, or a squeak in your sound gear in the background, and you don't know quite how to fix it. You feel it there all the time, and you just want to get to the end of it, for goodness sake. You're almost asking for the thunder to come, because this electricity in the air, this tension in the air, this tension but not tension, because you can feel the tension, you can see the changes as a person who is aware and awake. But then you go to the shops and you realize that everybody's pretty calm. Yes, they've got their muzzles on. Yes, they're staying their distance. Yes, they're not visiting their relatives. And if they are, they're not telling people that they are. But it's calm. But you know deep down it's not, because you know deep down the kind of changes and the kind of magic that's being put out there in the air, the kind of frequency that's being sent out in the air to get these people to do those things that are mindless in the first place. And so this electricity in the air is almost being begged for by a lot of people now, that were sort of fed up of waiting. And yes, for a small while we might regret saying, come on, bring it on, thunder, we are the storm, kind of thing. Yes, for a small wee while we might regret that, but at the same time, it's far less torturous almost to see the result of what this electricity has been brewing than it is to stay in this electricity, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So as far as what the book says, because that's just my take on it, my two penneth on it, it says basically that the thunder, it gets your attention, no matter where it is, no matter whether it's benevolent in your life. Well, it's always benevolent, but whether you feel it's benevolent or whether you feel it's malevolent, it gets your attention. It's both frightening and beautiful at the same time. It's both ominous and a blessing at the same time. It really is that duality of excitement and of a passion, electricity, of connection. That's me going off on my own tangent again, sorry. So it speaks of it getting your attention wherever you are in life, whatever part of the journey that you're on. It speaks of the medicine. I'm just going to cut through it real quick. It speaks of the medicine saying, do you feel unnecessary drama is waylaying your life? Could you be exhausted from listening to others and all of their dramatic emotions and all of their drama-filled days? It also says, could you be getting tired or tiresome of the victim story of others? Or are you indeed guilty of the victim story and you're even getting a bit tired of yourself being the victim? If this is so, then you need to be going into the newness. You need to be doing an about face. You're being warned that to continue on this path will cause you regret for your choices. It will cause you severe regret. You need to choose your lane, choose your frequency, choose those around you, use your discernment, all of that shebang. It says, even if these small petty dramas appear to be benign or familiar, it's still time now to end the drama in your life and end the drama with others around you. Focus on solutions other than problems. Sorry about that. Oh no, the solution is to hang up. Focus on solutions other than problems. You are worthy of a drama-free life. And yes, you are. Wow, somebody really loves me and is really trying to get through, and I'm going to have to hang up again because, damn it, I'm doing a reading. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry for the interruptions. I'm going to check out that nobody's in severe drama right now, 22 as well. So I'm going to take note of that. And so I hope that helps for you on your day. I hope that helps you get on the path of a drama-free life, both within yourself and from those around you. I hope it gives you some peace in that. And when the thunder comes, know that you are in the right lane. It will aid you greatly. So much love, stay balanced and stay whole. Remember, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can email me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com. I'll get back to you pretty fast. Or you can message me on private messenger on Facebook. Don't go to my personal page, go to the business page, which is True Divine 44, just because I very rarely check personal messenger. I'm really bad at that. Or I'm really good at it, depending on which way you look at it. I think I'll choose the good, because there's a lot of nonsense goes on Messenger. So, but you can message me on there also for any personal readings, any energy work, or any spiritual guidance. So now that we've made enough of a hash of that, much love, much wholeness, and balance.